Hey guys, it's Kevin here from DTP Custom Cars. Yes, we got a new business name. We are rocking stuff out left, right, and center. We are building a new reputation. We got customers coming from all over. We got stuff shipping out. We have subwoofer enclosures being built on the CNC. We're actually quite surprised how much we have expanded even during COVID, because we all know what COVID's like right now. It's absolutely terrible. I myself have already had it. It was just a basic little cold, but now I gotta wait 30 days to be able to get my vaccination. And I don't want it, but I unfortunately have no choice, so that I'm able to see a family member in a home. So I'm making the better choice for them. So anyways, a little update going on here. I'm only going to show parts of this video or parts of this vehicle just because I'm not allowed to show a lot of it, but it couldn't go on Facebook, it couldn't go on Instagram, but YouTube, well, YouTube is different. But like I said, I'm only going to be showing parts of it. So anyways, let's get down to it. I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to show you some of the equipment and some of the issues that I've had. This was all done by somebody else. I have literally stripped this entire vehicle and started rebuilding it. It should not have come to this point, unfortunately. But so, here we go. I'm going to flip the camera around. So we have two Sundown X Series 15s. They look pretty nice. I'm not a Sundown person myself, but we started pulling the subs out. Rounded. Oh, there's a lot of aluminum files. Rounded, badly rounded. What the heck is going on here? There's actually 3 holes. 1, 2, and then you can see the other divot for the third. I pulled this out and there was 3 screws in there. 3 screws. They're all rounded. Okay, this was the older sub. The newer sub, which isn't very old at all. I mean, they're not as rounded, but that one's definitely rounded. That one is. This one didn't have 3 screws going through it. So anyways, that's the subwoofers. Well, mind you, this one had 1 coil not even connected at all. I don't know what was going on with that. He's running a Salt 4, I guess it is. Like I said, I don't know much about the Sundown equipment, but it is a Salt 4. These were his jumper leads inside the enclosure to the subwoofers. Alright. Let's talk about the subwoofer box enclosure. It's a nice big enclosure. It sounded good, you know, when he was rolling in and out. But for the money that's paid, why am I seeing all these? Why am I seeing all these screws? Look at this. You can see all the lines. It's terrible. The subwoofer port is 8 inches down here and 7 3/4 up here. You can see the split lines starting to happen. They used 3/4 on this side, and I believe it's 1.5 inches on the other side. I can't 100% tell because I can't see the layers. So again, 8 inches down there, 7 3/4 up here. We look inside the sub box. Hey, my port doesn't match. What's going on there? You can see. There's one. Hey, the other one goes to the top. They don't even line up the same on the end. Trying to figure out this port tuning. So I took generic dimensions of this enclosure. This sub box is too small, and the port square inches is too big for these subs. What's going on here? Screws everywhere. Port single layered. Port isn't actually properly done. We got 3 screws holding this guy on and they're all rounded out. And that's got some rounded out. And the sub box is wrong. Okay, great. That stuff is distinguished. So then I went to the amplifiers. We already redid power and grounds to this amp, so they were all sky high, because the other wiring was just garbage. Now this guy here, the SFA 500.4D, we had 2 different size wires in here. And there's dual inputs. One was like a 1-aught, but it was not a 1-aught at all. It was like a sky high 4 gauge, but not sky high material. This one here was like, it says 4 gauge, but it was smaller than the other 4 gauge that was here. Well, this, like I said, this was a 1-aught, but it was definitely not 1-aught. So I was trying to figure all out. That's all getting rewired anyways. I might make a nice little amp rack enclosure to highlight the amplifiers versus just this board. Terrible. Let's go inside the vehicle. Don't mind the mess. There's stuff everywhere. So underneath the hood, I did not do this. This was already here from the previous shop. There's a battery delete. It works. Minus there's no batteries in the vehicle right now, so it doesn't work, but it does work. But this will become a fully made battery delete thing that's going to actually go here, so it's proper. This, I guess, is just temporary. There's a nice McMen 3, I don't even know what size it is. I didn't put it in. It was already in there. I rewired underneath the hood earlier for 2 1-aught wires coming off the back, sky high, only sky high. One is going to this block. One is going over here from this block. But oh no, sorry. So one from the alternator is coming here. One from the alternator is going to the dual fuse. One from the block is going to the dual fuse. Also did dual 1-aught silver wherever they're going below. And I believe I'm changing these. This one to green. I don't know why he did this theme like that, but to each his own. Anyways, so this section was already done months ago. I just yesterday cleaned it up because it was all covered in gunk, and you want to see the wire. So I cleaned that up. This fuse holder was just kind of sitting back here, so I fixed that, mounted it. I don't have the fuses in because there's no point in sending power to the back right now because it's all being redone. We changed out, there was a single green sky high 1-aught and a silver sundown 1-aught, they called it. And if you haven't seen the size difference, so sundown 1-aught gauge power wire. What the hell? It's huge compared to that. They're just not even the same. Anyways, the sundown wire, the way it was ran, it charred here and it got nicked. And she really charred here. Now, customer was hoping to keep this wire for something else, but you can't. It's charred, especially right in the middle. So anyways, I yesterday put the blue sky high wire in here, which was from something else, but it was still perfectly great wire. I inspected it, made sure there was no nicks, chars, anything like that. So they're good. We got them inside here. We got them spaced out a little bit to make it look nice. I'm gonna clean that wire on that side, which isn't a priority right now. but she runs down below, she runs underneath the vehicle, and we're good to go. So this was under the hood. Done. Now let's skip on to the back. All right, we're inside here. It's still messy. It's not done. I just ran all the new RCAs, remote wire, all that kind of stuff yesterday after we stripped the entire thing. So we got it mostly back together. I'm leaving the dash out for now, just because we don't have any batteries in here. So we got to make sure everything works behind the head unit and all the switches and whatnot. But don't mind this wire. It's just sitting there right now. Like I said, it's not fully done, but I just moved that wire over so I knew what was where. This kick panel is not in properly right now because there is a crossover behind here, which will be going out, and we'll be fixing all that later. I just put that in there to kind of keep the carpet in its place. This one's not back on yet. This guy is on. Before, there was RCAs ran down that side, ran down the middle, and one down here. Well, guess what? They're all now running down here. Perfect. Afterwards, of course. And don't mind this. I'm not a person that likes to do this, but unfortunately, the other shop really mangled this, so I had to find a way to seal it. So the wires that were in here, the Sky High and the Sundown, these holes were ginormous. Now, I prefer using grommets, but all the grommets that we have don't fit. They're either too big or too small. Well, that does no good. We can't have wires rubbing inside here. So, as per customer asked, we got the PL in here. I know it's not really what you want, but it's something. I'd rather have something than nothing. So I made sure we got good coverage all the way around. We squished some of the PL down below. We bent these down a bit, and we let this cure. So today we're going to come from underneath, and we're going to coat a lot underneath there just to give that extra protection. And like I said, I'm not one that ever likes to do this. I like to have a grommet in place or something. But unfortunately, these holes were like massive, so no grommet fit, at least that we could get locally or easy accessible. So that did no good. But we had to utilize the holes because there was no way to just patch it up and fill it. The RCAs are coming up here, unfortunately, but they're going to transfer from here and they're going to go straight that way. So they're going to stay away from the power side of things. There's one of the connectors from the 4-channel. That was apparently their 1-aught, by the way. But anyways. The deadener is only to here right now, due to the fact I only had so much in stock. We have more coming, so at least that we basically did from here at least, so that we could put the carpet back in, put the your little bit of foaming material back in, and then I can at least get the back seat back in, so we can do some progress on that amp rack, fixing it up, and then from there I can lift the carpet back up, back underneath here, and get the deadener work all done. All those grounds have to come out. I'm taking it out. So I am basically at the point where I have a lot to do. So I'm gonna end this video. It was just a short video. I'll call it part 1 or something, but I will be basically doing a part 2 when I get further along on this. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you know who's working on your vehicles. Make sure they know what they're doing. Always get photos along the way, because there may be things that you don't want the way they are or whatever, or you can take that picture and go to another shop and just double check. I'm not saying I'm perfect. but I'm double, triple, quadruple checking the work along this vehicle because he's been through so many shops that it's just like, oh my God, I just got to make sure everything is now right. And it should have been done right the first time. There's just no way he should be going through this. So we're having fun. We're working on it. We're getting things done. It's a long process, slow process actually, but it's going to be done right. So thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. I don't make a lot of videos. Too busy. Sorry. Leave a comment below. Give me your guys' thoughts. Thanks.